Since I've started YouTube, this is by far the most shockingly cruel thing that I have seen posted for the sake of content. And it comes from a creator that I have been watching for years, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one. This is Ross from Vlog Creations. This is Ross's channel. They have an entire group and they do pranks. And this is probably one of the biggest prank channels that exist now because of what they do. They're not just going around hitting on chicks, doing any of that stuff, which I'm sure does happen. But you guys might even recognize, like, he took a treadmill, put it on wheels, and started like jogging on it around in public. One of his more popular ones, one of my favorites, is he filled his PC full of beans and then had a repairman come over, and that was the whole bit. Ross has been in hot water before for like fat shaming jokes, things like that, but really, really tame stuff. Just like genuinely harmless pranks that were super creative. People loved them. And in the last 24 hours, that has changed as they recently uploaded a now deleted YouTube video, I believe. In this video included a bit where he made a possum launcher and launched a possum into the sky. I'm not joking. This is real. This video is here on r/YouTube drama. YouTube Instagram creator launches possum in the air and now deleted video. Now they're mentioning that it was potentially deleted on YouTube. I don't know, I didn't see that, but guess what? It's still up on his Instagram. Here is that video directly pulled off of his Instagram in his reels. This is it, possum launcher. Now I'm going to show you most of the video, but not all of it, because there is a moment when after they launch it, they have a camera pointed at where it lands and you can hear it landing. This video is not directly graphic. I'm not going to include that part, but I will show it kind of hobbling off afterwards. But if this is not your cup of tea, viewer discretion advised. I will leave timestamps so that you can skip ahead past this if you don't want to see it.
You are going to Mars. Yes. Oh my God! Bam! He just walks away. Oh man.
Now it's not included because I don't think anyone needs to see it landing or anything like that. But he also yells BAM at the same time that it collides with the ground. You can see here, it starts walking off to give the most charitable take possible. Maybe he thought that this was okay for some reason, that it wouldn't injure the animal. At this point, I would have tried to make an argument like that. But if you go and actually take a look at his post on Instagram of this video, you can see here that it got community noted. And that community note reads, Florida Statute 828.12, which I can't confirm, defines criminal cruelty to animals. It states that a person who unnecessarily overloads, overdrives, torments, deprives of necessary sustenance or shelter, mutilates or kills any animals, or transports or carries animals in a cruel or inhumane manner, commits cruelty to animals. This video appears to depict the very type of event as what this law aims to stop. Ross's only description of this video is W. And I'm not the only person kind of taking an issue with this. Just even reading the top comments, probably has internal bleeding and walked off and died. Really like your stuff, Ross, but really disappointed in this one. And pretty much everyone else saying, bro, this ain't it. Hurting animals is shitty. I'm gonna keep it straight up. This one ain't it at all, Chief. Rare Ross L. What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? Just to confirm what that community note was, yes, if you take a look at the Florida Senate .gov website, it is the exact same thing that was written down here. And to make it clear here, if you take a look at number 2, a person who intentionally commits an act to any animal, or a person who has the custody or control of any animal and fails to act, which results in the cruel death or excessive or repeated infliction of unnecessary pain or suffering, or causes the same to be done, which I would say is done so with the catapult, commits aggravated animal cruelty, a felony of the 3rd degree. A felony. Now, I've genuinely been trying to wrap my head around how they could have justified this, because this isn't just a, oh, you know, did something, like they had to come up with the idea of making a catapult to launch an animal that they lure into it, and then make the catapult and then do this and record it. Like it passed by at least Ross and a couple other people, whoever built the catapult. It had to go across all of them, and they still greenlit this. And so I'm scratching my head like, okay, maybe it's a vermin thing. Maybe possums are a pest in Florida, because I don't think they are where I'm from. And I take a look, this is a Google AI overview, so take it with a grain of salt, but this is kind of what I understood already. They're not considered pests by default. They're actually incredibly helpful wildlife. They can cause property damage or like get into buildings where they shouldn't be, but they eat things like ticks and insects. And it's insofar as they're bad like raccoons are if they're going around in the garbage or they're nesting under your home and freaking people out. Now, this is just a screen grab from that video, but just showing you guys, this wasn't indoors. This wasn't anything. They baited it. They put bait inside the catapult to lure a possum from what looks to be just outdoors near their home or wherever this is shot in order to get it to do this. So I am led to believe that this possum was not posing any danger, wasn't doing anything, and we don't have any context surrounding them doing this. Regardless of that, I think there's countless of other ways to deal with a possum that is proving to be a pest for you that don't involve launching it from a catapult to kill it and record that for views. They also, fun fact, literally can't get rabies because their body temp is so low. Like, you've seen traps like this on YouTube where they do like weird mouse traps or like for rats and actual pest control or for squirrel hunting if squirrels are a nuisance in the area. That is something that can actually happen. But for a possum, no. I also got to thinking, similar to how squirrels deal with it, they have a really low terminal velocity, meaning they can't really hit the ground hard from a fall. Squirrels are just very lightweight, and usually they don't end up actually suffering too severe of injuries. I'm thinking maybe possums are similar, that they don't have as big of an impact when they hit the ground. Not really. I do have this, again, AI overview, so take it with that, but I also checked r/opossums Reddit. It came up in one of the searches. Yes, possums can get hurt from falling, but their survival rate from falls is relatively high due to their low terminal velocity and ability to grab with their tail. This is implying that they're like falling from a tree or like have something to grab, not getting shot out of a fucking catapult. They still suffer broken bones, head trauma, internal injuries from falls like this. The Reddit post that I'd seen, it was someone inquiring about how durable they are because they saw a wild one in front of their friend's apartment and it fell 2 stories from their apartment. Top comment is, I don't know, sure they're all different, but a lot of them have poor bone health due to lack of calcium in their diet. I'm not trying to worry you, but I had a possum that fell off of my 6-foot fence and he broke his leg from a 6-foot fall. Catapult looked like it was sending it over the tree line, so I don't think that was 6 feet. And it was not running afterwards. Outside of deleting this supposed YouTube video, which again, I didn't see at any point, so I don't even know if that's for sure, Ross hasn't made any comments about this video or any of the responses to it. If there is a response and it gives us more information, I'll be sure to cover it, but I don't really know how you explain your way out of this. Typically on this channel, I do my best to show both sides of what potentially could or couldn't be, or, you know, try to show both perspectives of whatever's going on, or as many as I possibly can to help get a bigger picture for you guys to decide what's going on. I did some surface level research on possums, what they're capable of handling, going over the video, checked to make sure that people weren't like just lying about legal aspects of it. But when it comes to what he did, I am struggling to find any other perspectives on this that would change your point of view on this. It feels comical to ask what you guys think about this one. This is fucked. This is a dude that I have been watching for years and has put out fantastic content, and it's just like mind-blowing that he thought this was a good idea, enough so to make something to launch an animal out of it. If there's any updates to this, I'll throw it in the pinned comment, or if it's big enough, I'll make a video. I rushed to start recording this because I saw it and was blown away, so I forgot to do this, but if you're new here, enjoy the content, like being up to date about stuff that's happening, make sure to subscribe. We are 8,000 away from 100,000 for the end of the year, which is insane. If you guys like the video, give it a like. Apparently, if you do that, there's an option to also hype the video, which just helps it get out in front of more people. And if you think this is important to get in front of other people, make sure to do so. That's it for the video. Sorry to ruin your Monday. If I did, my birthday's tomorrow, so this is a cow bummer for me as well. But yeah, see you guys later. Adios, peace, bye.